I can't exactly remember the day my phone addiction started, but I will remember the day it ends. Recently, I realized I've been picking up my phone every 3 minutes just to scroll, and this has been doing virtually nothing for me. I'm getting overstimulated when I just want to relax. So I started implementing something. I'm not gonna use my phone, and instead I'm gonna start reading. I didn't want to scroll on my phone anymore, and I yearned for the feeling to be submersed in a book again. So as I actively try to break my phone addiction, here's some specific tips that are helping me. The first tip I have for you is to start off so easy. Read a stupid romance book or a book you've read when you're 12. Don't try jumping into a giant fantasy series when your brain is just looking for something to relax and wind down with. For me as a reader, I like to have a go-to easy book and a go-to challenging book. For example, my go-to easy book right now is The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. I've read this maybe 4 or 5 times before, and I read it for the first time when I think I was close to 14. It's my favorite book of all time. It makes me happy, it brings me insight into my life, and I just get something new out of it every time I read it. And then on top of that, I have my regular read for the week, which is going to be Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. So if I'm ever feeling overwhelmed or the urge to pull out my phone, I will just pick up the easiest book for me to read. The next tip I have for you guys is to replace the habit and not remove it. We're not going for perfection here. We are simply going for how often can we, instead of scrolling, pick up a book. You should be proud of yourself if at least once a day you go, hey, I'm going to stop scrolling and maybe read a chapter, because that's improvement. And even if it's small, it's better than scrolling on your phone for 5 hours. It's not about perfection, it's about progress. The next tip I have for you guys is to bring a book everywhere and read in micro moments. Now, I'm gonna be so honest, ChatGPT did give me the phrase micro moments, but I stand by it. Whenever you're on the bus or waiting in line or taking your lunch break at work, I think it's really important to just have a book on hand that you can reach for instead of your phone. I find having my Kindle with me at all times really helpful for this, because I have my library with me, and if I need a quick and easy read, I'll click on one, and if I want my go-to read, I will click on that as well. So I have lots of options with my Kindle with me. I think when people think about not using their phone and instead reading, they get very overwhelmed because they think it's like a big task of sitting down and reading for an hour, but it doesn't have to be that way. You can just take those micro moments and read for 10 minutes a day. And even that's progress, so we run with it. And the next tip I have is use reading as a wind down, not as your sole source of entertainment. Look, I'm being so honest. I love all the entertainment that today's day has brought about. Netflix, movies, YouTube, I love it. I eat it up. I'm an entertainment girly. I love all of it. But then where does reading come into play? For me, I use reading as a different source of energy. I use reading to wind down and let my brain lock into something and relax, as opposed to my entertainment brain who wants constant stimulation. So my best example for this is before bed, instead of watching a movie or scrolling on my phone, I will pick up a book, because my brain is wanting relax time, not bright flashing colors and keeping me stimulated, because I'm trying to fall asleep and to wind down my brain and get into a relaxed state of mind. My last tip for you guys today is use a Kindle or Kobo. I wanted to save this as the last point because it does come with some contingencies, okay? Kindles are very expensive, and I'm very privileged to have a Kindle. That's not something I had growing up. I was a very go to the library for books girly, could not afford a $25 paperback. So I can totally understand not wanting to put down the investment of buying a Kindle or Kobo. I'd say if you're an avid reader, it's a very good investment into your hobby. But if you're looking to just get into reading to replace your phone scrolling habits, I'd say skip out on the Kindle or Kobo. You can also use alternatives like Libby, which is ebooks and audiobooks through your local library, so it's all free to you. Or you can use different sorts of websites to get unpublished or indie books. But back to the Kindle. I got my Kindle, I think, in 2022, so I've had it for a while now. The biggest thing for me is the ease of access. I find that holding an electronic tablet in my hand feels like a phone. So my brain is thinking, I'm holding a phone, I'm getting my dopamine, but it's not the same as scrolling where I'm getting too overstimulated. It is just words on a page. page. For me, what really helped was some limitations I had around reading with my eyesight. I need really large fonts, so with my Kindle, being able to adjust the font size really helped. Also, just a tiny little tidbit side note is I use the Open Dyslexic font, and it just scratches something in my brain that's so good, and it makes me lock into reading more. I can't really explain why this happens, but I do highly recommend. Like, I was literally just like fiddling around with my Kindle and chose the Open Dyslexic font, and I've never gone back. Well, I hope this video helped, and if you have more tips and tricks, leave them in the comments below. I'm always looking for ways to get off of my phone. If you like this video, hi, my name is Phoebe. I make booktube content. If you like this video, you're probably interested in liking, commenting, subscribing, so do whatever you need to do. I also have a series called Stop Scrolling, Start Reading, where it's a long form 30-minute buddy reading. If you're interested in that, that'll also be in the description down below. I also additionally started a weekly Substack. If you're interested in that, the link is in the description. It's all things bookish and my life. Well, I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys!